Hey there, and welcome to another quick video from the Grove Studio. Today we're going to take a look at the color module in Lightroom with all of the different sliders for hue, saturation, and luminance. And we're going to take a look at how adjusting some of these sliders could have a really great impact on your interior photography. So first, let's take a look at what module I'm talking about. We're here in Lightroom, we're in the Develop section, the Develop module of Lightroom. And here you have your basic sliders, then your tone curve, and then you have this section called HSL/color. When you open it up, you may see all of these sliders, but chances are you're going to see maybe just the hue section. And then if you click on color, you can pick the sliders based on color alone. So if you go to green, you see hue, saturation, and luminance, but only for green. I like to keep this under the HSL section and then click on all so that I have all of the sliders available to me all at once. And the reason is I like to make little kind of micro adjustments. So we're going to take a look, for example, at this photo right here. And this photo could be delivered as is. It's been edited, and I was happy with the lighting, the blending, all of that. But there are a couple of things I noticed that I would want to adjust before I deliver. And specifically, I'm looking at areas like this table in the room to the left, the dining area to the left, just beyond this desk nook. The wood on the table, that whole dining room is quite warm, which I don't necessarily mind, but the wood on the table is looking very orangey. So that's one case where I would want to maybe play with adjusting some of the orange tones in the photo and see if I can tone that down a little bit. The blues are also potentially a little distracting, so I might play with that a bit. So let's look at what these sort of adjustments look like. Now we're here with all of our sliders, and the first thing I'm going to address is all of this orange right here with the table. And I'm going to look at starting by maybe doing a little bit of desaturation and some brightening. And I'm going to desaturate some more actually, maybe right around there, and a little less brightening. And then maybe the oranges, I want them to lean a little bit more yellow than red. So we're going to adjust that slider so that they're a little more yellowish. And then maybe my luminance for the yellows is going to be a little bit darker. So it's just a little bit of a deeper yellow. So already, let me turn this on and off. You can see what a difference it's made. So the original was acceptable, but with these changes, it really tones back that orange, and it gives it a little bit more of a polished, kind of controlled look. So you can keep playing with that if you want. I'm going to adjust the reds a little bit so they're a little bit more towards the orange. And then let's see, let's do a little bit with the blues. So they're a little bright, so maybe I'm going to desaturate just a bit and maybe darken them a little bit. So I'm going to go with the luminance. And you can see if you go a little bit more drastic, you can see how that's changing, and you see it in the chair here and in these pillows beyond. So it gives you an idea of what it is that you're doing, but making these little adjustments just help polish and refine the overall feel of the photo. It feels a little bit less processed and a bit more natural. So I'm going to desaturate the orange just a touch more, and maybe even the red a little bit. Okay, so that feels better to me. It feels a little bit more polished and a little more high end. So again, let's take a look at before and after these adjustments. And the one thing that I want to make sure you keep in mind is that unlike making changes with a brush or the graduated filter or anything like that, When you adjust these sliders, it is a universal adjustment on the entire photo. So what I mean by that is if I'm adjusting the saturation of the blue, then it's not only going to desaturate this chair and these pillows, but there was blue in the vase here. There's blue in that photo right there on the wall. All of these other elements that have blue in them are also going to have it adjusted. These are adjustments that are done to the entire photo, not just one part of it. So you are being very selective on what colors are adjusted, but that color is adjusted across the entire photo. So you just need to be aware that if you want to adjust something that is in one section but then not adjust it somewhere else, this may be the type of editing that you want to do in Photoshop, and you can have more selective control. Or if it's something that you can do using one of the brushes, for example, then you could do that. Although the brushes don't allow you to have all of these individual color channels. So these are adjustments that you want to make sort of across the board, or when you have a color that pops out at you a little too much, but it's just really concentrated in one area, one piece of furnishing, one piece of artwork, and you want to tone it down, but it's not going to be affecting anywhere else in the photo. So that is my one sort of cautionary note when you're using these sliders. But that is a really great way to use these color sliders and have a bit more control over that final look of your photo and kind of take it up a notch from something that feels edited to something that feels more natural and polished. So one more time, this is the original and this is after our color adjustments. So there you go. I hope this has been really helpful for you. If you've liked this video, please click like. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will see you guys next time.